basically the activities of collecting, transporting, disposal, recycling, and monitoring that manage the waste from its inception to the final disposal. So we know Sweden is the country that have a good waste management. So now let's see how our Malaysian handle this waste management.
Hi! Today we will gonna have Miss Alia, a student from University Malaysia Terengganu, and interview her about how she managed her waste material. Let's go. Assalamualaikum, Miss Alia. Hi. Hi. Okay, Miss Alia. I want to ask you, what is waste management meaning to you?
What I know is how we handle our waste material and unwanted things.
How do you manage your food or your kitchen waste?
Okay, let's go. I will show you.
Let's go.
So this is my kitchen. Okay, I'll show you how I manage my waste material. Okay. Okay, I usually compost them at home, at the backyard. It is good for environment and give you some compost for the garden too.
Oh.
Okay, the waste that I compost include fruits and vegetables, eggshells and tea bags.
Okay, Miss Alia, how about the oils and fat that are not going to use anymore, can't use anymore?
Okay, this is our used oil. So we collect them into the bottle and we will send them to the oil processing center.
Okay, Miss Alia, we are done about food and kitchen waste, and now I want to ask you about how your other waste material like bottles or plastic, how do you manage them?
So I always practice 3R, which is reduce, reuse and recycle. First, we have to reduce the amount of things to ensure that the waste is not produced at all. Okay. Secondly, we have to reuse the product to limit the waste is thrown away. Lastly, we have to recycle them, the things like glass, plastics and papers.
You see, this is how she managed her waste material as a student. Thank you, Miss Alia, for being with us today. Okay, after this, we're going to interview one of a successful person about how he managed his electrical waste in his company. Let's go. We are here at the Jet Slim e-waste company. Okay, as I said, today I will interview one more person, Mr. Haris from the Jet Slim e-waste company. Mr. Haris, can you explain us about yourself and your company?
Hello, my name is Haris. I'm the founder and waste manager at Jet Slim e-waste. So basically what we do is we are the big bin of electronics. We receive any of electronics that is unwanted and does not serve its purpose anymore. So we reuse, recycle and remanufacture all the products that we receive, and we sell those bags to the big companies. Okay. Our objective is to limit the wastage, okay, proper waste management and towards a greener and safer environment.
And how do you actually dispose all of your electrical waste?
Most of the items that we receive is either broken or outdated. So it's common in the electronics world that if there's a new product, the old product will be discarded. So we basically dismantle all the product. So the parts that can be used will be sell as spare parts, and the ones that cannot be used will be recycled and remanufactured. Okay, some parts, for example, like metals and plastics, we will smelter it and remanufacture to be sell back to the companies.
What do you think will happen if all of these electrical waste did not properly managed?
Electronic contains a lot of hazardous, carcinogenic, and harmful material to the environment. So, if it's not properly managed, then it will end up in landfills that eventually will pollute our rivers and our environment. So, eventually it will come back to us. All the harmful material will come back to us, and it is very, very it will affect our health tremendously. So our hope is that more people are getting aware of the things that they want to dispose, and we hope that our lead in proper waste management.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Haris from Jet Slim E-Waste Company. Back to the studio.
So here the first question, Dr. Nabisha. As we know that waste management have many types. There is many types of waste. So can you explain more to us about this waste?
Okay, Assalamualaikum. I be to the audience, and thank you for the inviting me here today. So for your first question is how the high level country manage their waste management, right? Okay. Firstly, the countries that achieve that high level participation of waste management is they get the participate from their people itself. So, and how they can achieve that participation is by separating of wet waste and dry waste, and they also make a schedule and on how on what day will they pick up a dry waste and what day will they pick up a wet waste. Okay. There's a type of waste which are a liquid waste, which is a wet waste, and solid rubbish, which is dry waste. Other than that, organic waste, recyclable rubbish, hazardous waste. That's the waste type of waste management itself.
Okay, the next question is, what is the purpose of this waste management, and what is the importance of this waste management to the country or the economically?
Next is the importance of waste management is we can keep the environment clean and fresh. This will make the people in that country free from disease. And this is due to the properly dispose of waste management, and they taken care of waste management itself in their country. And other than that, we can secondly, we also can the importance of waste management is we can save the earth and conserve energy, which is recycling activities itself. This can reduce the cutting down of tree, and which is for production of paper, and this we can obtain the renewable source of energy. And next is we can reduce environmental pollution. And for your information, recycling itself can help us in to get money, which and there's a lot of company will pay you for your waste.
Hi guys, today we have a special guest, a lecturer from Maldives, Mr. Haiko, with us today. He is a coral biologist from Maldives. Mr. Haiko,
Yes, true.
you are from Maldives, right?
Yes.
We all know that Maldives is an island that's surrounded by the water. Okay, I want to ask you something. How do you manage your waste in your country?
So it's like our country. It's we have a lot of small islands, so it's not really easy to manage the waste. We produce a lot of waste, so it's like we have small atolls. So in each atoll we have a specific island to manage all the waste. So the people living in the small islands, they'll bring the waste to the waste management centers in the islands, where the waste will be sorted according to plastic, metals, whatever it is, and then from there there'll be a weekly barge. So it's like from the main island, from the garbage island, a barge will come to the local island and pick up all the trash, and then they'll bring on to the main island, and where they will dispose them of correctly, where they'll recycle them, or if they have to ship them off to foreign country, they'll do it.
Okay, I want to ask you another question. Is there a waste pollution in your country?
In the recent times, I believe there is an increase in waste pollution, particularly plastic. It's not produced in Maldives. I think it comes from offshore. It comes from other countries in the mainland, or I think it's caught up with the current and it's brought to the Maldives. Now the government, together with NGOs and people, we're doing a lot of work to minimize these issues. We're doing cleanup events, awareness campaigns throughout the country.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Haiko, for being with us today. That's all. Back to the studio.
The time is almost up. Okay, for the last question, I want to ask you. As we know, this waste management is more to like bio-green energy. So why most of country does not apply this waste management properly, or just they only manage some types of waste and not other waste? Can you explain this?
This waste management is difficult for people to follow. Why people difficult to follow this waste management process? I think this is because production of too much waste itself. As we can say that in 2007, it's recorded that American generate nearly 200 million ton of solid waste, which is, we can say, about 2.1 kilogram produced by each person per day. Per person each day. And let's imagine how the total of waste management, the total of waste produced by people globally. Just imagine the amount of waste by the rest of population across the globe. And secondly, it could be the landfill itself, which have a problem as well, which there are lack of proper site waste management, which landfill will pollute their groundwater and other environment habitat, which this will make waste management become more difficult. And last but not least, the practice of waste management are not done uniformly, such as only residential house, school and college only do this waste management, but not people practice globally.
Thank you for tuning in, and see you next week with our special guest Mira Filza with the topic study and business, how to balance it. See you next week.